The first time I heard of business was because when I was listening to gurus like Iman Godzi or Eddie Cumberbatch, but then I slowly started realizing and it slowly started hitting me that these people tell you to, all these gurus tell you to do one thing, but then they do the complete opposite to make their own money, make their own revenue, right? Like for example, Iman Gotzi, he's not doing any social media he doesn't have a social media marketing agency, right? Eddie Cumberbatch is not actually growth operating anymore, doing low ticket growth operating. These people have built a brand and they are selling offers to their audience that they want, right? So they've obviously built a cult like audience around one specific niche. So Iman Gotzi, that may be SMMA. Eddie Cumberbatch, that may be growth operating. And then they show you how to run this model when they aren't even doing this themselves. And when I realized that, my whole offer shifted and I changed my whole offer. So my first month in the business, I was able to collect a little over $25,000 in sales, and this is literally in my first month. This is not bullshit, right? And I'm gonna run you guys through exactly what I did to do these numbers in my first month. So key point number one that allowed me to do this, right? Skill stacking. So I started off with zero experience, and I knew that if I was gonna make big money in this game, I had to start stacking skills because I wasn't gonna make money without knowing how to appointment set, without knowing how to close, without knowing how to do client acquisition, lead gen, any of that. So and I had never worked on an offer prior to this. So I learned appointment setting in sales, and I worked on multiple offers as an appointment setter and a closer. Woke up at 7 a.m., stopped working at 9 p.m., worked as a closer on multiple offers. And then with those skills, obviously it took me a lot of time to learn these. I mean, not too long. Honestly, I picked up pretty quick learning myself. So it took me like around 2 to 3 months to learn each of these skills. I wouldn't say I mastered sales by then, but I had a pretty good gist of the idea of what people wanted to hear and what people actually wanted to see on the sales call for them to actually buy a product. And then when I had those skills, I went ahead and made my own offer, right? That was number one. Key point number two, I looked at the business from a high level overview and asked myself, how are gurus like Iman Godzi and Eddie Cumberbatch actually making their money on the back end? Because obviously they're not running a social media marketing agency or doing growth operating. So how are they making their money? And then I realized that they have a cult like audience based off of their niche. So Iman Godzi, SMMA, Eddie Cumberbatch, growth operating. So what I did was instead of offering a traditional service-based business model, SMMA or school growth operating, which only works for a handful of people, I'll go more in depth into in a second here. But the amount of money you make heavily relies on your client if you do these traditional ways of making business, starting a business. Because SMMA, if they can't close, if they can if they can't close, then you're not going to make any money, right? Low ticket growth operating. If they have a brand across all platforms, low ticket, like a school community, only works for people that have a real personal brand. So not just having 100K on Instagram and then no one knows you on TikTok, no one knows you on YouTube, no one knows you on Twitter. For a school community, for you to be able to pull off a school community, you need to have a brand across YouTube, IG, TikTok, Twitter, and all these things, and a real personal brand, not just an audience on one thing. So what's going to happen is you're going to get stuck in this flywheel where you can't scale your clients nor scale for yourself because you rely on your clients to succeed for yourself, right? And what you'll realize slowly is that these gentlemen right here, they already have a brand. They already have a brand and they have a cool like audience and they are selling offers to that audience that want their products. So they figure out their niche. They've made themselves appear like the big guru, the big expert in this niche, and now they're putting offers down your throat, no diddy, and just selling you these things, which is super easy because you already know, like, and trust them because you think they're an expert, but they're really not. They're not even doing what they sell you, right? So I figured I'd do the same. Partner up with coaches that already have an audience on Instagram and make a product around their market's needs and build a whole system so I don't have to rely on my clients to make money, right? Because for selling high ticket offers, you don't need to have an audience on IG, Twitter, YouTube, all that, right? If you have an audience on one thing and it's a real audience that actually engages with you and likes your content, you can put high ticket offers. You can sell high ticket offers, and I promise you that. And instead, you rely off of systems and talent to scale. Appointment setters, closers, VSLs, nurturing systems, acquisition systems, lead gen systems, openers, all that, which is all in your control, not the creator. So what happens is you go from this flywheel where you're constantly relying on your clients to close for yourself to make money to now being able to pull off all these skills, all these systems, all this talent, and place it into people's businesses, and then making money relies off of you, not your creator. And then obviously you sell them the solution within 90 days for 3K plus, and then taking a percentage. This is exactly how I made $25,000 in my first month of business. And instead of doing SMMA, where you heavily rely on clients to help you win, like I just said, instead of doing low ticket school communities, which only a handful of creators can actually pull off because people don't have real brands, they just have a big following on one social platform, leverage other people's traffic to make myself money. This is what I thought to myself. And this is when I transitioned from this brokey SMMA school growth operating model to the growth partner model. The revolutionized, instead of being traditional and just doing whatever everyone else is doing, I partnered up with coaches and consultants, be able to use all their traffic and test out different systems until I found the right one. And now I found the right one, and I'm doing plug and play into people's businesses and printing a shit ton of money. Build hype and launch a high ticket offer to their audience. Collect 50 to 100K within the launch. If you build enough hype around your offer, these numbers are fucking easy breakfast, right? Scale their offer with ads and a low ticket ascension funnel. This is crazy sauce. If you guys want me to run you guys through the actual low ticket ascension funnel, let me know and I'll run you guys through that. And then obviously at the end of the day, take a percentage of each sale. And why this growth partner model is so good is because you have responsibility to scale instead of having to rely on your clients to scale, right? If your client, SMMA, let's say you're booking a shit ton of calls, you have a percentage or a commission base. If your client doesn't close, you're not making any fucking money. Instead of waking up being like, I hope my client closes today, the closing actually relies on you, the talent that you place into people's businesses, right? The systems that you place into people's businesses. So you build a systems, place it into the coaching business, can scale easily because now it relies on you to scale. It's not your creator anymore. And then you work with clients that actually genuinely want to work with you and not SMMA where people are just up your ass. Give me more leads, I can't close, right? Because now the scaling depends off of you and not your client, right? And you're going to realize that all these people are doing the same thing. They have brands, they're throwing you offers. They've done their market research. They know what you want. They know what you want to hear. They know what you want to see. And now they're pushing content, selling these offers, right? Um, Iman Gotzi, educate. Eddie Cumberbatch has his cool community himself, showing you that he can pull it off, so you could too, right? So you think that it's super easy for you. And this new growth partner model is literally exactly what allowed my clients, let's say, to collect $8,800 in USD in 3 days. 3 days processed on WAP. 23K collected with just a low ticket ascension VSL funnel. If you guys want me to run you through this, I got you. Average sale $195. That's fucking insane. I don't know if you know what that is. 128 sales, about I think a little bit more than 23K actually. But basically, the gist of this video is that you shouldn't just fucking be a robot following all of these gurus and listening to everything they say. Have your own mind, have your own brain. Think about how these people are actually scaling and implement this into your own businesses so you guys can make money for yourself, right? So if you want to make money, transition to the growth partner model and stop being a slave in your people's businesses doing SMMA.